Hey, what's up, Terrifics? I'm Michael Artsis here at the Pinball Hall of Fame in Las Vegas, and we're going to cover this place like nobody else has because it's pretty amazing. At BeTerrific TV on all social media. Here in Las Vegas, we have a lot of fun, and there is the Pinball Hall of Fame. This is Mike.
There it is.
How did you guys start the Pinball Hall of Fame?
We did not. Tim Arnold started it. He owned a string of arcades in Michigan called Pinball Pete's in Lansing and in East Lansing. And when the video game craze hit in the 70s, they hassled back and forth for a couple of years. They finally made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Retired at 35, a very wealthy man, had always done work with Salvation Army and charities throughout his life. And to cut a real long story short, we're continuing that here. We're totally nonprofit. Nobody makes a dime off of this. Any of the money above the cost of running the building all gets donated to charity.
Wow, really?
We do not take one dime out of the business.
Different organizations or one organization?
From what I remember, I think about 80% goes to Salvation Army and the rest to other charities around town.
So he had an arcade and maybe some pinball halls. He sold them and made a lot of money, and then he wanted to kind of keep the legacy alive, so he started a Pinball Hall of Fame here. And the idea is that guys volunteer, they come in, they run the place, they fix the machines.
Exactly.
And other than the money that goes to the overhead of the building, it all goes to charity.
Exactly.
Wow, that is phenomenal.
And we have a trailer, if you'll notice, out back that people that buy machines but don't know how to work on them, we'll teach them what they want to know. You just come in and put in some elbow grease, and we'll teach you whatever you want to know.
And you also sell, so you sell some of these?
On occasion we do. And anytime we have anything for sale, we'll pop it back here with a for sale sign on it, or we'll post it on the internet.
And then people can also buy their own machine somewhere else, come in here. Now, a new machine, a brand new machine today costs over $10,000, right?
Close to it. They'll run about anywhere from about $6,000 to about $8,000, depending on the machine.
And you've got stuff from all over. I mean, there's some stuff that is like one of the original pinball machines. It's a baseball game, right?
Yes. We have several machines like that. Our earliest full machine is Robin Hood over the first aisle, goes back to 1948.
Wow. And what about the baseball game? How old is that?
They range in age from about the early 50s going up into the mid 70s. Wow. But there's several of them around.
What's the most coveted pinball game ever?
Oh. That is so hard. That's like asking what's your favorite song.
Well, I mean, there's got to be one that's more valuable than the rest.
It's supply and demand.
That one says Sega Basketball. What is that?
This basketball game is pretty unusual. You can play against each other, and if you'll notice where the ball is, whoever's on this side is in red, whoever's on that side is in black, so whoever gets to the ball first pushes that corresponding number.
Wow.
So it's...
Now, when it says Sega, does that mean Sega like the gaming system, the gaming console?
Yes.
Wow, so that was kind of their origin.
This is another unusual game where you can play pinball literally against your partner one-on-one. The field will tilt back and forth as each player scores.
What year was that?
This is 1974, I believe.
Excellent. Wow.
Yeah, but this is so much fun. Like, I've been playing since I was 6 years old when everything was a nickel.
And now here, everything's how much? 50 cents, a quarter?
Everything starts at a quarter and can go up to as much as $1.
All right, and it's really, it all goes back to keeping the building and the charity. Now, you guys have a shop in the back where you maintain all the games. That's pretty impressive. Yes. And restore them, too. Yes. Some of the machines get sent out to Rick Peterson, his restoration known from the show American Restoration, and they do a great job of restoring stuff. They're here in Las Vegas,
yes,
and we have a beautiful arcade that's in the process of being restored. He did the outside, you guys are going to do the inside.
Right.
So sometimes you'll send to him to be kind of restored on the outside, and then you guys will do the guts.
Because generally if the machine needs so much inside work, we just don't have time to do the cosmetics.
Where do you find volunteers to do the electronics and stuff?
When you've done this as long as Tim has, you know everybody.
And what about these machines? I mean, you would think that these machines are pretty simple inside, but they're not, are they?
They're not as simple, but they're kind of like, compare it to old cars. The older they are, the easier they are to work on.
You want to walk us through and show us some of the things real quick? It seemed like you get a real kick out of that.
Real quick.
So like this is a special game. It's like air hockey, but without having the puck out.
This is before air hockey.
Before air hockey. And what's the name of this game?
Which one is this? I think it's called. It's on the other. I forget sometimes.
Now, you served the United States of America in the U.S. Air Force, huh?
Yes, I did.
Thank you very much for your service.
That's what it is.
Slapshot. What a great name for the game.
Yeah.
That's like the movie Slapshot, which is one of my favorite movies, being a hockey
fan.
This is cool. It's a little bit of the knock hockey game that you would play in a bar, and air hockey combined.
When I was a kid, you would play knock hockey, where it would be a wooden table with wooden sticks.
I remember that.
And you'd have the little square right in front.
And then you'd have a game where you'd have like 10 of the players, That was the next kind of iteration, and then you had air
Yes.
hockey, and then this is a combination of air hockey and that.
Yeah, right.
And this is one of the baseball games, huh?
Yes.
Wow, this is so cool. I remember being here and playing this game, and it was unbelievable. The one next to it is the game that American Restoration did.
Yes.
And what game is that? What do you do in that game?
It's called Texas Ranger.
And-
Now there's also a pinball machine
Yeah.
under that guise, under the same the pinball machine that's also modeled after that. And my understanding is one of those machines sits in the Vatican.
Really?
That's what we were told.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So what does that one do?
It's almost like the it's a machine gun, basically.
And what are you shooting at? Or you
You're
have to
shooting
look-
at the bad guys. Everything.
And you have to look
just-
through here? Is that what
right.
you do?
Everything will show up through
Wow.
here.
That's so cool. I mean, they just go on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. They're beautiful, aren't they all beautiful?
Yeah, and when you look at it, it's the artwork. You look at some of the good artwork that really goes into the machines.
They're all, I think I think pinball is so American. This is so cool. I mean, this is what you grew up on it, then I grew
Yeah.
up on it. It gets passed
It
down
was
from
everywhere.
generation to generation, and you
Growing
guys
up,
are
it was everywhere.
And you guys are
everywhere.
keeping that alive
That's
and
what we wanna
helping
do.
spread the gospel. And as you see, with new games all over,
Yeah.
there is a renaissance of pinball machines.
Yeah.
And it's not just pinball, it's all sorts of stuff, photo booths
Yeah.
and
No.
stuff you would see at the boardwalk. Look at this, the Midway Joker. It looks like an interesting game, and you've
these
got
are
one
a lot
of
of
these
fun.
where the ball
You would
falls
see
through
this
it.
mostly in bars. You
Yeah.
get to a certain place and you would get a free beer out of it.
Look at this thing. What do you call this?
American Restoration also did this for us.
They did this. Do you guys have a deal with them where they take good care of
I'm
you?
not sure how Tim works that out, but generally we'll take care of the electronic stuff and they'll take care of the cosmetic stuff.
Wow, they did such a beautiful job, and I'm
'Cause
sure
this looked like hell when we first gave it to
I
them.
could
Oh
imagine.
my God.
And this is a basketball game from back in the day. This looks like it was from the 40s, maybe.
Yeah, no, early 60s.
Early
if I'm not
60s.
mistaken.
Wow. And then you've got
There's a card on the side that tells you.
arm wrestling over here. I'll see if we have
They also did that for us.
it. Wow.
They restored that for us.
And here's another baseball game. I love the baseball games. Two baseball games next to each
They were a
other.
lot of fun when I was a kid.
You've got the virtual game.
Right.
This is pretty cool, though. I mean, you have to admit it's not the same, but it's still pretty cool,
Yeah.
and it represents the future. And then you could download any game and play
Yeah,
it.
and it comes with the original soundtrack of each game that you're playing.
So you could play any game that you wanted to play that they've licensed here, but in a virtual world. So it's old cabinets even.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Do you like this?
No.
You don't?
It's okay, but I prefer the real thing.
Well, but do you even like the idea that you could,
The idea is okay, especially if you're not used to it.
Sure. I agree, though. I'd rather hit those flippers myself. What is this? This thing looks like
That
it's
is
from...
basically your original pinball.
This is the
You will
original
pull
pinball.
the plunger.
Yeah.
Okay, your ball will come up, you pull the plunger, and you just hope for the best. No flippers. You'll come down, you get to a certain score, and that'll entitle you to a certain...
What kind of coin you need to play this one?
They're quarters.
They're quarters? Do we have a quarter, anybody? We don't have a quarter on us. Anybody got a quarter? Oh, Mike's got a quarter. Thank you. We're going to play this. This is one of the original pinball machines. Here we go. Pull them both?
Nope, you push the bottom and that'll bring the ball up. Old school.
Okay. Wow. There you go. It goes around the track, through the bridge, down the hole, and we got 100 points. That's pretty cool.
There you go.
1833 to 1933, the century of progress. Oh, we get 3 plays. Here we go. I'll go a little lighter on that one. So this was probably 1933 this one was built,
Yes.
probably. Ooh, we almost got 1,000 points. We got 100 points again. All right, we got one more try?
I believe you do.
Here we go. Oh, I didn't hit it hard enough. I was trying to be gentle. This is in great shape, this old machine. Oh, we just missed 1,000. There you go, we got 300. That's pretty cool. So we got 200 and 100, that's 300. 300 and 200 or 100.
Another one there, yep.
Oh, we got one more?
There you go. Get up.
Why don't you go for it, Mike? Let's see a master in action. Is there strategy to this? There's no strategy to this one.
No.
Maybe how hard you push it. Look at that. So, Mike, is it true that pinball was illegal in New York State until the
Yes.
70s because it was considered gambling?
I believe it was mid-60s, I think, is when it actually happened.
Wow. And here you go. You've got another baseball game. This
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
kind of cool. This looks like it was probably the mid-60s with television.
Early 70s, I believe.
Early 70s
Yeah.
even. with television with the cameras that change lenses. And look, I mean, this is what I was talking about, the hockey. It looks like we've got the USA versus Canada, or Russia maybe even. This is legendary. This is pretty awesome.
Kids really like it. Kids really like it.
So you got some really cool stuff here. This is an interesting pinball game.
Yeah.
What is this?
Basically, those are your flippers.
These are your flippers and your shooters.
Yeah.
I like that when they make variations, because I like being able to play different types of video
Sometimes
games.
variety is the spice of life.
Pinball machines and video games and all sorts of stuff. I agree. Mike, I think that's the end of our tour. I think everybody needs to come check out the Pinball Hall of Fame while they're in Vegas. It's a lot of fun, and you get a little bit of history. There's not a person on this planet who's going to say, I don't like pinball. You can get a little history here. You can have a good afternoon or evening of fun, and you can even bring a date. It is the Pinball Hall of Fame. He's Mike.
Yep.
He's been kind enough to bring us by and show us.
Here. If you want to have a party here, we have a party area.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your service.
No problem.
You are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special at BeTerrific TV on all social media. Check out the Pinball Hall of Fame on Facebook, online, and we'll see you next time. Until then, be terrific.